Hey guys, it's me, Darian Ramos again, doing part 3 of my psoriasis story. And, well, cut my hair, so, yeah. Alright, so let's get part 3 started. So where I left off in part 2 was I said everything got worse. And I did mention I got a referral to a dermatologist because I started getting a rash in the groin area as well as the back of my head. And so how it got worse was my knee wasn't getting any better, so I went back to the doctor, and he went ahead and told me to continue the 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, but he also sent me a referral to an orthopedic specialist. And so I went to this orthopedic specialist, and he went ahead and took out the fluid from my knee and gave me a corticosteroid shot right in the joint. And honestly, that worked very well, at least for like about a week. So he gave me the corticosteroid shot. He told me to keep it compressed for at least 3 days, not to remove the wrapping unless, obviously showering and stuff, but to put back the dressing once I was done. And so I did that for about 3 days, and then I wore and then I didn't wear a dressing anymore, and everything was fine, to be honest. Like, I was able to move it again, I was able to bend it. I wasn't quite able to squat because I did have quite a little, I wasn't able to squat because, my muscles were a little weak. So, yeah, but then it re-swelled back up within a week, and I had to go back to the orthopedic specialist. And he did some things too. He also moved my knee back and forth, put pressure, just to kind of like figure out what's going on here. And he went ahead and did a blood test too, which I did come back positive for in the blood test for this HBL27 allele, I think is what it was called. And pretty much what this allele meant was I would be prone to contracting immune or autoimmune disorders, and so like arthritis and other things. It didn't say I did have it, it just said I'm more likely to get it. And so that was that reading. And then he also sent me to physical therapy. He kind of looked at my leg and said, well, the corticosteroid shot didn't work, and that's supposed to last at least 1 to 2 months. He then said he couldn't give me another one because once you get a corticosteroid shot, you're not supposed to receive another one for like another 4 or 5 months, I believe. So there's like a little waiting period there, but that's only if it's directly into the joint at least. And so yeah, it didn't work. It re-swelled back up. I was going to physical therapy, and that's the thing about physical therapy was I came in there the first week and I was limping, and they were helping me out, trying to work out the exercises. And came back the second week, I was a little better. I was walking a little better, I was okay. Came back third week, I was limping again, not being able to put too much pressure on it. And then come by the fourth week, I came in crutches, and so the physical therapists were like, man, every time we see you, you're just getting worse and worse. They said next time we see you, you might be in a wheelchair. It actually got pretty damn close to that on the fourth week. I had to cancel my appointment with them. So what happened was, during that, what was supposed to be like my fourth week of physical therapy, I woke up, and this was like a Monday, so this is in like middle September, so school already started. I did have an 8 a.m. class that past semester, fall 2018, and yeah, I woke up, and all of a sudden there was just a huge pain in my foot, and when I tried to put any pressure on it, it was the same as if it was my knee. It just hurt a lot, and my knee was hurting still too. And so basically my whole left leg was useless. Not only that, but then my right ankle, a couple hours after, also started to swell up and go in pain. And so basically I wasn't able to walk or anything. Keep in mind, I was still taking the ibuprofen at the time, and so I don't know what else I could have taken to at least reduce the pain and the swelling. It was terrible, and yeah, I had to skip school a couple days, actually more than that, for like a couple weeks, just because it hurt that much, you know. I don't know if anyone in anyone else's family has arthritis or anything, but you know, you never really, or at least I never really understood exactly how painful it was until I experienced it myself. And let me tell you guys, it's no joke. It really does hurt, you know. Um, I don't blame people for complaining about it or for really hating it, because you know, I thought maybe it was just some aches here, some aches there, but no, it's full on pain. It's like constantly. Just imagine like your whatever your joint is that's affected, just constantly throbbing and constantly squeezing and like just really tight, and you can't do anything about it, you know. So I actually tried to make an appointment with my doctor, but you know how doctors' offices go, they're not as quick. I mean, depending on their schedule, you know, sometimes they are, you know, if they have the availability, they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll take you, we have some leftover appointments at the end of the day. But they were fully booked around this time. They had no open appointments, and so I went to urgent care, obviously, because that's the next best thing. And honestly, I mean, not to discredit any of the previous doctors, but this one was really aggressive. He went ahead and he went ahead and started me on this autoimmune suppressant called methotrexate. Apparently that's a common first trial for people trying to work out with psoriasis and have arthritic symptoms. It's also used for rheumatoid arthritis too, so if anyone has that, you can look into that. But yeah, so he started me on methotrexate, and when you take methotrexate, I believe you're also supposed to take folic acid with it. Apparently it has something to do with the interaction. It helps your body absorb the methotrexate better. And he actually started me on naproxen instead of the 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, so I switched those out. And then he gave me a corticosteroid shot as well, but instead of directly into the joint, he went ahead and gave me it directly into the muscle, not around the leg though, like around my gluteus maximus area. But yeah, so he gave me a shot there, and then he went ahead and started me on this oral steroid called prednisone. And so I don't know if any of you have ever heard of prednisone or taken it, but it's a pretty good steroid. They say it's kind of like an older method doctors tend to use when dealing with joint pain like this and swelling, and they try to wean you off it too, because I guess your body tends to become dependent on it a little bit, and so they do wean you off. So they'll maybe start you at like maybe 8 milligrams or 10 milligrams, and then by the end you'll be taking like about 2.5 milligrams within a span of like a month and a half maybe. But yeah, so things definitely got worse, and then during around this time as well, with all this leg trouble, my rash on my head got worse, and the rash on my groin area didn't get any better either. And so I was just getting hit and hit and hit, and it sucked. And yeah, I didn't notice the rash on my head spreading. Like, I know it was kind of itchy like in other areas, but I didn't notice it spreading until I actually got a haircut, something like this. I had hair before. I had a little comb over. I actually have a picture of it if you guys want to see. So, hey guys, so I'm gonna end the clip here, just because when replaying the video, it got about to be 20 minutes. So, yeah, go to part 4. Thanks. Like, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. All right.